a major failure of our intelligence. It's a major failure of our defense forces, and it's for sure it's a major failure of the strategy of leadership on the government level. I'm a former soldier, commander, general, minister of foreign affairs, interior, minister of defense, prime minister, and once again minister of defense. I didn't need anything more to understand that it's the worst day in the history of the country, or the worst day for the Jewish people since World War II, and that nothing will be the same from now on.
And according to you, why is Benjamin Netanyahu refusing to have a deal and to end this war?
Whenever the need to release the hostages, for example, comes into a clash with his need to stay in power, he prefers his political interest. We as a nation, we abandoned these people. They are not prisoners of war. They were not soldiers. Most of them were citizens going to sleep and woke up to be taken or murdered or slaughtered or raped or whatever. So we once abandoned them as a nation. Netanyahu felt that there is an interest, even said whoever wants to block a Palestinian state from emerging has to support my policy of strengthening the Hamas and weakening the Palestinian Authority. And he was ready to go very far. He basically encouraged the Qataris to pay $1.5 billion over 5 years. But he totally lost the trust of the people, and based on his behavior, it became in a way illegitimate in the minds of majority of Israel. I want just to point to the real mistake of the Netanyahu government. They behave as which the way to win over Hamas is to impose more military pressure. And Netanyahu himself said at the beginning of the crisis that Israel does not intend to stay there. But his behavior in recent months tell you the opposite, that he probably thinks that we have to stay there. And that's a tragedy, because that says basically that we are the ones to replace Hamas. The worst option for Israel, to the best of my judgment. Talking not from messianic ideology, but from the practicalities of using of force.
And 1 year of war in Gaza, does this war still have any meaning?
Yeah, it has a meaning. We have to make sure. I mentioned it in the opening remark. Israel has a compelling imperative to make sure that Hamas does not reign over Gaza, and it cannot threaten Israel. If 15,000 of those who were killed were Hamas activists, still it remains, if the numbers are true, some 25 civilians, some of them women and children, which no one wanted to be killed.
But how do you react when you hear some Israeli officials talking about killing all the Gazans?
I think that they do not understand the Israeli interest.
And now, for them, there's a risk to end up in front of International Court of Justice.
Yeah, it's part of the risk. We of course will fight it. We'll try to block it, but it's a risk. And you know, I usually use his own metaphors. When he attacked Prime Minister Olmert, he was head of opposition during the war in 2006. He said the captain who just sank the Titanic, if he would have survived, could not get the steering wheel of the new ship. And I say, the captain who twice sank the Titanic, one on October 7, and other ones who leading the most failing war in our history or for a long 11 months, we are still stuck in Gaza with the Hamas, which is not a big army.